Okay, what's going on, Grand Rising? Today is May the 14th, 2024, and today is Tuesday. What we're looking at is going to be dollar index, right? Futures market, same things we look at pretty much on a day in, day out basis. If you haven't already, because we are kind of coming in close to New York Open, make sure you went through your trader's constitution. You set up your mental framework. You've refreshed from yesterday and you're into a new, unique moment. So really quickly, we're going to jump straight into dollar index. We just had the news release at 7:30. Now, news is the excuse to push price to hurt traders. So I like to play the news after the news has been released and the aftermath after they've just pretty much destroyed people. And I like to play bounce plays where I can protect myself very quickly. Now, I've been doing this long enough to kind of have an idea of how you actually want to, take those type of trades and those type of models, and set yourself up for success. So really quick, we'll jump right into it. Like I said, today we had PPI data. I do want to kind of just put the release up here really quick. The projected was, I believe, 0.3% and came out a little bit extra juicy, 0.5%, right? So that really shocked the markets. So let me see here, sorry. So I am going to be listening to the top step a little bit today. Now, what we were anticipating on dollar index on this, daily, a weekly, 4 hour, and 1 hour and daily, intraday price, we wanted to see that 105.40 get slipped. So I wanted to see if they could come up and slip that price and then continue down to the 105 level. And then seeing if this week, if we are going to slip below 104.50, and show more bearishness out of dollar, which would push up XXX USD, so your Euro USD, your GBP USDs, etc. Right? Because if you look at EU, it's really up right now. If you can compare, it's 4 hours. So if you're trading Forex still, and you have an idea of what you think can happen on dollar, and you were right, then this would be really good type of trades, add-ons, or you could be lessening whatever you're doing in your game plan. Is up to you. Me personally, I'm just using these things as confluence, making sure I'm keeping my eyes on the prize, right? Don't forget about Bitcoin. And I want to see if we're going to hold 60,000 on Bitcoin or if we're going to fall. And on oil, what I'm wanting to see is if we're going to push away from 80, 79 down in the 75s to fill this level. So that's kind of what I'm seeing when it comes to these assets. And now when we jump into our futures markets, right, our dailies are pretty pushed up. We've been bullish for quite some time now. And then when you go into like more of an intraday or 4 hour, what we anticipated last night was, them to come and internally hit this wick from this, when was this from? This was from Friday, right? So the liquidity sitting right there inside this inefficiency. And then the same thing we talked about last night was, they're just basically on ES, and, a lot of these assets just kind of consolidating price in between two levels. And then we said if we can get a breakout of one of these two ways, so down or up, which we got the one down, then we can anticipate maybe prices to move higher to take out this target. So it was a beautiful retracement when you really measure everything and look at everything a specific way. 61.8, almost 71% retracement, and then 20 level and then to rally. So this was, quant algorithmic, type trading in my eyes. And then when you look at more of an intraday 1 hour here, we're, very beautiful trade. I ended up taking a small position or two contracts and then managed down to one contract here on in Q trade to see if we can push the highs. And then, like I said, ES slipped the trap candle, hit the 20 levels, and then I think it has a chance to, during New York, make its way up for the highs. But we'll see, because that news could be the excuse to just kind of mess with people and get people all messed up, basically, because you see so much opportunity, you see it moving so fast, and then it's like you can get blasted or you can be on a really good end of that news. So we're going to go ahead and jump down into the snipe window. Focus is NQ today. Same focus, one or two setups, not trying to go too crazy, take a step forward, not trying to take a step backward, and let's see what we get. So really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and upload this window. Hey, buddy. Diamond's coming in the office. Good morning, you're awake again? Move, buddy. So let's focus here. Okay. So 1 second here. We got about, if everything marks, daily London. So like I said, make sure you go to your trader's constitution. We have about 2 minutes before the open, and let's get it. Okay. So that news price was at 7:38 a.m. my time. So I have another account where, like I said, I have a buy position on this where the take profit is set for the highs right here. So I'm going to continue to watch this 15 5-minute area. We're above daily New York, London, so they may manipulate in this area. But like my goal is to be as patient as possible and to just read here. So we're already at 8:31. First push was bullish. So first move was bullish, kind of like a fake out. All right, let's see how this ends up playing. I feel like if this goes back below New York Open, it comes back, I would short it. Just because I know a lot of people like myself on the other buy wanted to slip those highs really bad, but it may not want to, which is fine. And then looking at the other two, you are seeing some momentum to the upside. And then ES really has that. ES really has that ability to go higher because we have that target at 52.64. So just got to remember that the high of the day where that liquidity is, which is going to be that 18,308 and 3/4. But this is kind of what I'm waiting for to see what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to be able to hold this area. I think they're going to manipulate this 18,300 level. ES still showing that 15-minute strength right now. So not too much, not very much volume. Right? We can be patient here. Not a lot of volume, just really going crazy or anything. This is like what I want to see. I'm gonna go ahead and start framing up because I already have my stop loss high. and the price wants to break lower, 18,293. 293.50. All right, so take profits are going to be a lot lower. Let's just say 75. Okay, so now what I'm looking for is if price can do like it's doing here, which it broke down really well. I'd like to see price come back above these points of interest to give me a favorable R&R. Now the other account is protected, so if it does come all the way back down, then that's okay. So really want to notice this really quick. This 5-minute close is getting ready to close. So as this is pushing back up above daily open or above New York, it's probably a good trade for me to go lower. Potentially, okay? So I want to get as much expected value. I want to really get this daily open here today because that would be in the 80 levels as well. So this 5-minute closes in 30 seconds, and I want to be in alignment with that. So let's see how this closes. There's that daily open. So either they'll push this area all the way out and go higher, or this area will fail and kind of fill in this wick down to 18,200. But we did get at or right above daily open, right in alignment. So it's either it works or it doesn't. Which, like I said, I'm willing to take one other trade, but not a bad setup there. So we'll see here. 5-minute close was bullish, so that's it could go higher first. So it's gonna be patient here and kind of have this area tight. And that ended up being like a 10-point risk, I believe, as well. So if it can slip back below this 5-minute candle and go below New York Open, there's a really good chance that this trade could play out. Otherwise, we may have to take one more after it slips the high of the day, possibly. ES is failing at 5250 level really nicely, though. So that's pretty good. They just may want to reach a little bit higher there, as you can see on that 15, but we may have the area. We'll see. So boom, they pushed through that trade right there, 18,293. So that's fine. We only had a 10-point risk. So I'll only be looking on this account to take one more trade today because we are doing pretty good here. There's no reason to take too many here. Now the other trade that I have on the other account, I know that stop loss is still holding, so it's gonna run to take profit for sure. So that's pretty exciting. Okay. Just want to keep that loss range into like that 600 max 800 range per $150,000. So ES looking really good still at 5250. We're really not getting anything showing us here, except we are kind of rejecting again that level. So So 5-minute open, 5-minute close, 5-minute open, 5-minute close. I want to see this 15-minute close as well. So right now I'm not seeing anything that's, too legit. I like the first trade though. So they're buying price up, which makes sense. I was wanting to see if maybe I could sell down to like 18.2 and then get in. But like I said, the other account definitely does. The entry was like 18.250s, and then the risk was like somewhere in here, so it should still be okay. But let's focus here right now. So I want to see if price is going to break the whole level of 18,300. It's kind of having some hard times here, but I think what they'll do when you look at like a 1 hour is they'll slip up into this candle here, and then we may have a chance to see something with price being above all points of interest. Want to see this close here, right? 5 minute close, higher open, higher close, higher open, higher close so far to start, but we haven't broke the 18,300 level, and we're in a perfect area on a 15 last up candle, right? So we really do want to watch pressure on this area. Boom, another 5 minute open, 5 minute close, right? So now the focus and this part of the swing is this 5 minute open. All right, because now if it can come back to the open of this candle, I can start to use, if it goes below that, I can start to use that high, 18,304. Okay. So I do want to kind of start kind of framing it up. Just in case, 18,304 and a quarter. 18,304, 25. All right, take profits are gonna be 15150s. Okay. Now right now that it's not valid, right? It's pushing through. Right. So I'm only looking at that as if that 5 minute was to go below, right? If it rejects 18,300 and goes below, but as of right now, I'm getting nothing but bullish price action. So I can really not even look at that area right now. Just wait probably for that high of day to be swept. Right. Boom. They're pushing that. There's the high of day sweep. And then you have ES really doing well. 5250 and pushing higher. So that 1 hour, when you look at them from this perspective, they look good. You know, that's why I was saying the buys that we took at that news bounce down will be really nice. And then ES is really showing that it wants to go to the target today. So that's, that's pretty good. That's why I don't really want to sell too much into this position here on this account, because I already have a buy and I really want that buy to push 18,350s. But now that we've just slipped that high of day liquidity, all right, you always want to know where the end of the day is, which I don't know why it's not marking up on this exact screen every time. But okay, Alt B. Okay, so that's the end of the day, all right? So there's only so much that can happen. Okay, so they popped those stops that were resting, and so the question is now, will they just continue this rally up to take out that 18,350 high? And if they do, then we've already taken the previous day low, so there's no reason to try to factor in too much into the trade. All right, so prices are really rallying to the upside here, which makes sense. And now my focus is inside this last up candle, right here in this open. Okay. So if we can start to get, that 5 minute signal anywhere, I think that's what's going to make me, rather get in, because like I said yesterday, the best buy position, the only way I would exit a buy if I was intradaying this myself, like right on this account, is when I get that signal of shorts. So as of right now, when you look at a 1 hour, like I said, this is our most important area, 18,320s, and then the high is 18,336. So, in my head, I'm always counting from the geometry, high of the market when I'm looking for shorts. So if I know the high is 18,336 and a quarter, I know that 16 would be a 20-point risk and 26 would be a 10-point risk. All right. So it looks like we're having a little bit of issues going higher here. Now that we've swept those highs inside this 15 1 hour internal. Let me check those 4 hours really quick. And so we just gotta be careful here because price is manipulating very, very tight. So I like how this 5 minute potentially could close. I am gonna start framing up something here, potentially here. All right. Stop loss 318s. 318 flat. All right. And then we wanted to take profits in the 150s. All right. All right. So what I want to see now is how this 5 minutes actually going to close. All right. And where we're at on the location. So 5 minute higher open, higher close, and we pushed higher to break structure. So we're bullish. All right. We don't want to just go crazy and try to store it. All right. So nothing here yet. ES closed 15-minute above, right? 52.50 showing signs of strength. So I'll do this really quick. 835. And then Powell speaks today, so I'm going to be kind of waiting for that. Now, this is already kind of pushing this level, so it's invalid. So I'm just going to watch. So from 835, 835 to 40. Okay, so that was showing strength. And this candle, and then 35, 40 to 45. Okay, so that first 15 minutes across the board, they're all pretty strong. So this is going to be 845 to 850. No sign of weakness. Looks like it might even break 15-minute structure and head for 18,350. So we're just being patient. And then on ES, as you can see, kind of like we talked about on 4 hour, 1 hour, that was a beautiful splice down this morning to then I think attack those double tops eventually. But right now we'll focus here. 40 to 45. Okay, so now we're looking at basically 45 to 50 here, which would be this candle, 45, 50. So we're in the right location on the 15. We're in the right location on the 1 hour, but I just think that they're gonna pop these highs. Now if they pop 18,334s, 35s, right? Like basically these highs, 36s, excuse me. I think that I would wait personally until 18,350. I wouldn't try to get in after that. So we shall see. She's probably starting to kind of break down in this area, which is good. We already know our highs, 18,326, so there is a little break in that area. So I want to keep watching this area here. I know where I'm at when it comes to 15. I know the high, 18,326, 326 and a quarter. Take profits, I need to be 850s. So now what we're looking to see is this 5 minute close, right? You did get a little breakdown here, but I don't play the 1 minutes. What I like to play is 15 5 minute location. So like being in this last up candle is perfect. Seeing this 5 minute close will be key because the way it's opened and closed is still very bullish in the price action wise. And then ES, I still think has a lot of room to go 52.55, 52.60s. And YM's kind of like absorbing to accumulate to go higher, I believe. So it's kind of in the zone, locked in here. So 5 minute close for 850 loading. So I like to see what happens here at this 18,320s. Because like I said, if we can't break out of this 15-minute range, then we could definitely start to attack some of that wick news price, right? Down in there, 18,200. So could definitely see that. It's already kind of breaking down in my eyes, honestly, but let's see how this 5 minute closes. So you are getting that 1 minute break of structure. So any pullbacks, if it breaks, let's see how it closes. I don't really see enough there to make me that 5 minute close is good. The rejection off the 15 minute candle is great. So you could start framing something up if you like it. Me personally, this higher open, higher close, I have to see a little bit more from this. Just don't really see it yet. So right now we're just not getting the signal, so that's fine. This is, taking a look at ES. We're holding pretty strong on that 15. I just want to show that really quick. When you look at all three of the assets, we're holding bullish NQ, we're holding bullish ES, and we're holding relatively bullish here on YM. So, you know, so I do like how it's breaking down right here. That 15-minute open was 320s. So that's a far of a risk right here. But maybe if, price can show me a little bit more downside going into 9 a.m. And now we do have to remember that we do have Fed speaking here soon. So I don't want to get trapped into that Fed speaking. I'd rather play the aftermath, right? Because once he speaks, the markets will go irate and just go crazy. And then right after he's done speaking, you can probably, look to surf a wave. Right now, though, I'm not really seeing that. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit that one for a second. Now, let's see what time he speaks. Fed Chair Powell speaks at 9 a.m. So, definitely want to be patient here because we know that the tops of these markets are very volatile at this point. And then, like I said, looking at your 1 hour timeframes, it just looks more than likely that 18,350 is going to get revisited, and looks more than likely that these double tops on ES will. Now the question is 39,700 here on YM. Will they break through it or will they hold that area? But those 4 hours, like I'll bring that over here really quick. When you really look at the 4 hour time frames, they really look as if they've done what they need to do for the day with that type of sweep, and that the completion of this move would be them going up and taking out those shorts. So but let's stay open to opportunity to unique moments, right? Because that's what it's about. So it is starting to break down and go sideways here at this 18,326 area, inside the right area on the 15. So I do want to kind of mark this really quick. Okay. So I'm a better buyer than I am seller. All right. So when I look at this kind of like this, I kind of see it, So it's just the fact of, that 5 minute really not giving me enough juice right there. 18,325s. 5 minute close loading here. So if we can get this 1 minute structure break, I can anticipate maybe putting my risk here to enter this type of trade. So I'm gonna actually kind of start framing up. And I would want my risk to be like right here, 18,322s. We'll use this. We'll use the top of the market though. 26s here. 26.75, and then take profits on 150s, 160s. I'm just gonna put 160s. That'd be like the wick low. 160. Okay. So right now it looks pretty good to the top of the structure, but that 5 minute open and close bullish, and then your next one is opening pretty strong. So if this can break structure and then come back up, I would like that. But also, like I said, I want to be patient, see if they blow the tops off the market here for New York or for the news. So we're still just waiting on this area. It could work out. Let me see here. Price is kind of already pushing away from that area. So now what I like to do is as it comes into that 5 minute open, which would be 309s, I would accept 309s as an entry, right? If it can do it. It is starting to break down at the right time. But I would like for price to kind of pull back on this 5 minute here into that 309.50. And then I'd like to probably take an order there. 26 minus 10. So yeah, about a 6. That'd be about a 16-point risk in that situation. So oh damn, it did kind of roll up there. I wasn't even looking. So I might have missed that, guys. But when price was kind of pushing back up into that 5 minute like that, that's the area that I would want to take it and place my stop at the high. We've got about 2 minutes. That is a structure break here on that 1 minute. And you do have ES kind of having a hard time there at 52.50. So now as price pushes back right into these points of interest, I think it could be a little bit more dangerous. So let me see what this would be. 221s. 221. 221, and then dropping this down into one contract would make that risk more reasonable. Now, the way the price is coming down here with the 5 minute, I don't want to get caught in this. I'm just trying to be patient here. I really want it to be inside that 5 minute last up candle. So we'll see how it plays out here. And I want 2 contracts. So it's only if it pulls up, I'll take it. If it doesn't, 18,326, then I won't. Okay, so the way if prices drifts off and fills, back to 18.2, then it is what it is. But still just kind of waiting here. Like I said, if I wanted to get an entry, I want to have that location at least on that 5 minute minimum. So, not taking the trade as price was going back into the level there, then that's kind of like a hesitation. So let me see here, 845. Okay, guys. So we're coming into that last minute. They're really pushing price down here, back into point of interest, right? So that's really interesting, actually, to me. So I'm gonna move this, and with price pushing back below daily open, I could kind of see this low 18,265 being possibly an area that they hold, right? So just be patient. Okay. ES kind of pushing back too, kind of looks like absorption to me. So maybe they'll run it all the way down as hard as they can and then hold it. We'll see. So 5 minute close, lower low. So that's that's a pretty good breakdown, I would say personally, if you had a 5 minute, but it still hasn't broken any structure that shows that it can fall. So having your risk at 18,265 and entering below daily open probably wouldn't be bad, but I just don't like how they roller coastered people all morning. So I'd like to see these areas fail. So ES still holding right now. YM not showing any signs of weakness. So YM's actually pushing 39 650 basically as its high. And we're having a little bit of trouble here on ES at 5250, and then 18300 is a hot level here on NQ. So they go ahead and push this lower. I would say, I will just be patient still because. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Shorts could be short lived, sometimes. So to me, any buys above daily open right now are a little detrimental, honestly. But any of them that are above point of interest are kind of you're kind of looking for getting clapped, I think. ES holding strength off that 15-minute down candle after the pop out. So there's just not a lot here today. Like I said, maybe when Powell starts to speak, there'll be some more. Really quick, while I have a chance to, I'm going to take a look over here at dollar index. The dollar is at the 105 level. It has broke structure on the 4 hour lower low. So it has about an hour before that 4 hour closes. So maybe we'll see that price push closer to the 104.50s. So I do like this price to potentially go up, but I just don't see a frame that I want. This wick is just too big. I kind of like it to go lower at this point ever since that 5 minutes started to kind of show me that. So just don't want to put a sell position in when you're, at this area kind of playing into the point of interest. But now if they break below daily and New York and then start to come back and fill, I think there'd be a better chance. But unless you took that 5 minute entry off that open, it would be susceptible to risk. Not really seeing anything on ES that's showing me that it would go lower. This is just showing me more of okay, we may have a chance to buy below daily open. honestly. So want to see if they hold at that New York Open. All right, because that looks like a great absorption play to me in that area. Where's the risk? 265.50. 65.50 here. Their profits are going to be, are going to be a little higher. Let's just do 400 for now. Okay, so I like this area. That's the pop I want to see too. Okay. So I do want to reduce down because of power. I want to get it when it's pulling back down. Now that's the 5-minute open, right? So if there was to do the right thing, you'd want your entry pretty much in that area. So he's speaking. So if he pulls back, if it pulls back, that's what I kind of want to see. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to get caught though. With too much risk on the table, trying to manage. ES still holding strength. YM, closing bullish. So that looks really good here. If I can buy back below opening price here, I would probably take it. But if I don't, then I'll probably just wait it out. So there was a really good setup right off that daily open, 18,282. So we'll see. But it just looks very roller coastery. But with that push, let's see if they can give me that 5-minute here. So maybe we can build into this. Did it buy it? Oh. What's ES doing here? So like I said, it looks kind of roller coastery right here at the point of interest, but ES showing straight. Let's see if they're gonna slip below here. 1-minute candles looking pretty bearish. All right, so let's see. Patient here. Let's watch reactions here. 15 and 5 are in a good spots, but they may want some of that wick from that 7:30 news. ES still having a little bit of trouble with that 52.50 area, so we're just really consolidated, condensed price, I feel like. So this can pull back down. Maybe I'll take this one time here. Yep, we'll factor into there. So we'll see if that can push us up. So if they can just push on through, ES is screaming for those highs, then if we can get to the high of the day, 18,330s and higher, then I think we have a really good trade. Could have played a little bit better, but I like the area, I like the risk. And so let me focus on a couple things here. So I actually do like this area if it can work. And move this out of the way because I was kind of like looking for short area. And like I said, if you really come back and focus on this 1 minute, this is the candle that we were looking to frame everything off of. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think if we hold 18,300 here, a lot of people were trying to be short there. So I think they could just blast the highs. And ES is showing strength, YM showing strength. So ES really booming. I think 18,350s will get blasted here today. I really do. But we'll see. ES really pushing those equal highs, 52.64 fast here. So this looks good. So now what's going to come down to me for NQ is this 5-minute last up candle here. If we can just go ahead and push on through 18,330s fairly quickly, good, 15-minute close here. It's an hour, sorry. Good 15-minute close out of this area. I could see us rallying up. As you can see, I could have had a better entry a little bit here, daily open inside that candle location would have been better, but still grateful for what we're seeing. Those 18,300 level is just the key level. I mean, if we can push through it violently, I think that, everything will be okay. We push up to 18,400 on daily would be really nice. So yeah, so it looks like good price action right now. I would think they're gonna blast a 5-minute top. Because I would like to see a better reaction. YM screaming and ES is screaming. So for me, it's just kind of like, I want to see the markets move in unison. And I want to see basically, ES is going to those highs, I believe, or at least to this last up candle, 52.60. And I'd want to see this go ahead and pop the highs here on our NQ trades. So it looks really good. Being patient here and just how it absorbs. So if we can push on through, like I said, 18,350s, I think we can make our way up to 18,400 4-hour daily. Now, location of the trade, not as great today, but idea and of what I'm looking for, I think it's still pretty good. So ES still has quite a bit of ways to go to get to that 52.60, but we've already hit the 15-minute last up candle here on NQ. So, you don't want to see, personally, you don't want to see very much weakness here at 18,300. You'd want to see those, the high of the day get blasted here. 1 hour looks good, so I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. And a second here before the stream ends, I'll switch over to the other account, kind of see how that buy is doing that I bought at a lower position. Basically, I bought it at market open. And the risk is at the 5-minute low right here. So I bought right here on the 1 minute. right? Price came back on that first pull after the news, right? And I bought right here, like 33, somewhere like that. And then I put my stop right here at one point, and then I trailed it up to this 5-minute low as we started getting more strength. So um, kind of having trouble there on that 5-minute, which is not what you really want to see personally, because everybody, in a sense, wants us to push higher. So that 15-minute could reject, and they could fail this area very quickly. So we'll see here based on this close of this 5-minute, but we'll be able to identify and see here soon. And then 15-minute on all three are closing bullish, it seems like. So for 9:15, so now it's just kind of like what's going to happen, Good 15-minute closes on all three, strong. So I think one more push of Caesar to the upside, and we can lock this thing off for the day. Yeah, that's just like I said, that 5-minute area was going to be key, as an area, that last up candle of an area like for where we were at on the 15, right? With us not breaking higher here than that candle, that last up candle right here. Let me go here. It makes it a little difficult for this type of setup, but I think higher time frames we still want to go higher to the 18.4s. So it's gonna be patient here. Now I could reduce that risk down to the New York Open, because the price goes back below New York Open, then it pretty much I think would hit the stop. But what I want to wait for is to see if 5-minute can close higher high above 18.320s, because then I'd feel more comfortable, trailing the risk. Otherwise, I'm willing to accept the risk. So they're kind of holding that level on ES too. And so there's a lot of room inside this 15-minute wick, unfortunately, if they start making their way down, which makes sense for them to do because they usually don't leave this amount of price. So this might be a little tight here today as well on this one. So I'll be patient here. Which I feel like they're just absorbing after a breakout, but they may want to, really absorb and fill some of that 18,200 the way it's looking now at that 5-minute. They're making it difficult here. Hold on, Dime. So they're still tapping that daily open area. Let's see if they're just going to run through the 18,250s. I like how price absorbed after breaking out of the range, and then is absorbing on the 15 and 5 off the daily opens. Those are good signs to me. And then same things happening on ES under New York and London Open. So let's see if they can get rallied here real quick. Trying to see where this 5 minutes going to close. So good high or low. So if it could rally very quickly here, that would be a little bit more promising. ES is kind of tapping, absorbing off that New York Open 52.46. So still like the 1 hours to push up. So I like the price action right now. It's looking so pretty good. Good pricing here. I think we're gonna push, honestly, this whole time, which we've done, but I think it's starting to show a little bit more now. So I think the 18,326 and 3/4 is just, they want to run it, they want 18,350s, I think, at this point, personally. I'm really watching 15 and 5, watching those closures, watching the reactions at point of interest. Okay, so good reactions off that point of interest, buying below daily open concept. YM's showing some really crazy bearishness at 39.6 on the 1 hour, and ES is still having a hard time breaking 52.50 here. So I think if ES can start climbing to 52.56 and higher, then we'll keep climbing here on NQ. But I think we look really good on NQ. Really nice push. Really nice push. So I can't wait to go back over the recording of this, and just really hone in on that daily open. If you're watching this recording, you can definitely see, why you would really want to use those areas, right? You're really seeing what this is looking like. So I think we're about to push like crazy. ES still has about 30 points to go. Excuse me, 10 points, 20 points. Okay, we're pushing fast now. Really good trade. We just hit the alert. So for me, I don't want price to go back below New York Open, because if price was to go back below New York Open, this trade would pretty much be a wrap, I think. So if we can just go push 18,336s from this point, I think we have a pretty good trade. And we're running. I just want to show this really quick for the stream. We're running on ES for the equal highs, guys. So make sure you're identifying those on the 1 hour. Okay, and we're looking good here. So everything's looking good. I think we're gonna go break the highs. I'm gonna keep my focus here on that 1 hour break. So I'm gonna put it where is that at? The high is 3. So I'm putting this here. So we kind of know like, okay, we're breaking that 1 hour high now. We're pushing now. Let's go. Target is 18,400s on daily 4 hour. So we can just start running. That's great. Big push. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, take a look here at dollar index. Let's try to see if we're getting some weakness over there. Dollar kind of bouncing off that 105. So we just pushed the 30. Oh wow, we just really pushed. Let's go. We're at 350s. 18 350s. It looks like we're gonna run the 5264s. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She's pushing like crazy. Let's go. Okay, so stay calm. This is just another day. Price is moving. So at this point, though, I don't want price to come back below New York Open because we've exceeded, quite a bit of price. So I'll go ahead and secure that. And if it comes back down, it comes back down. You know what I mean? But for what I have on the board left, I mean, that's good. Plus I have the small loss to start for like 3 or 400. So plus that is really good. Now we're skyrocketing. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the 4 hour here on all three. And now I'm looking at daily, right? Because daily is really that key area that I want to focus on going into this trade. And now you guys can kind of really see what I've been talking about when it comes down to this daily. What you're looking for is right. This is all one big fractal picture. I'm still trying to watch price. But as we're coming into where I want, which is 18,400, we're coming into the last up candle on the daily, right? And you can see all three of them are very, very bullish. So I can't move the screens like that anymore because it kind of slows up my computer right now. So we'll stick to this right here, guys. I have one contract on the board. Like I said, I plan to pull or trail that sell stop. I might end up pulling today's just because unless we get to the target first, which I think we might end up actually getting to the target. So I'm me personally, I want to continue to see 5 minute open, 5 minute close, and same thing on 1 minute. So right now, I don't see anything that's detrimental to the trade. We got multiple trades hitting TPs. Let's go. Let me see if we're in on this other one still. Yep, we are. Okay, so really good price here. A lot of strength on that 1 minute above the 18,350s. 5 minute, if it can close strong and 2 minutes above it, great. But I do like this price to reach up to that 18,400s possibly today before I would want to exit. This entry's at like 295. So yeah, a full 100 plus points or 80 points would be really fire. So we're about 20 points away, 70, 80. We're about 20 points away from a 100 plus point trade. So really like ES. Really like our NQ trade here. No signs of weakness right now in that 1 minute above 18,350s. So that's really good pushes. And that 5 minute is skyrocketing. Let's go. Now, like I said, when I come back to the video today, I probably would have added 2 contracts and put my risk at 18,265 and then played the open at like 18,280s. That would have been pretty fire, just being real. Now they're really running for those highs now on ES, so I think that's why they're pushing this so far as well. So really good, like I said, look at that daily, understand where we're at on the weekly, daily, and 4 hours, and then you'll have a chance to, swing these positions. Getting closer to 18.4, 18,370 is the high we've made. So I just think that they want to reach that next level. But I would even settle at 18,390s, 380s, honestly, today, somewhere in that range. And I don't want to focus over here too much other than just what I'm getting higher up and close. I really want to focus on these 5 minute candles. because these 5 minute candles are the key now before I would want to exit a trade. So want to see that close strong and above 18,350, and then I want to see that 15-minute close above there, and then the next candle open very strong for us to reach to that next whole level 18.4, and I think we'll be pretty good for the day. Okay, so price is kind of starting to break down. That 5 minute close bullish though, right? So you don't want to see too many like breaks of structure now in the 1 minute with that good 15-minute higher open, higher close. You can get like one little candle, but if it doesn't close or too far below this 5 minute open, you're fine. Like I wouldn't even want to even protect this trade until if it was a break below the 5 minute. Or as of right now, I'm going to continue to watch this going into the last 15 minutes of this hour because I feel like we're going to push to 18.4s. Really good 5 minute price there still. So let's get it. So waiting on this next 5 minute close. Want to see what kind of strength we get going into the end of the hour. Now you are starting to see that 1 minute break down slightly. So to kind of if you're new to this and you're trying to get an idea of where this is, um, you can mark this 5 minute open like this, and you can realize that like if it goes below on that 1 minute there, that's really nothing, right? But if it was to really continue to close below that, then that's bearish as shit. You know what I mean? Now, ES did come up right to the area that I anticipated, 5260, and kind of start to fail. So this is also a really good area to start thinking, me personally, I don't want to risk anything on the trade because of how high it is on the swing. So with one contract, I may be looking to pull something today. We'll see how I'm going to manage this. As of right now, though, I really want to wait for that 5 minute to either hold 18,350 and not break structure, or it does, and then I take action. Just still think they want the 18,400s. Okay, so you are starting to get a little bit of breakdown here, right? So let me see where I'm at today. Okay, with that small loss, so I need to pay attention to that as well. I know stuff's going on crazy because my computer's starting to wig out, so it's got to be patient and wait. That 1 minute is starting to really break down though, guys. I don't like it. especially where ES is on that 15-minute last up candle. Um, this 5-minute closes, anywhere below 18,350. I might go ahead and pull this for the day, come out with a green day, and be happy with that on this one. They are kind of all finding that rejection here going into the last 15 minutes of the hour, so they could pull it back, and so that's why I'll keep my order risk off at this point. Okay, so 5-minute close, getting ready to load. So that stayed above that level. So now it's just, for me, I want to see how this one goes for this next 15 minutes because 18,350 really can't hold, then, they may start breaking it lower. So the 18,350 level isn't looking too hot, right? They're looking like they want to break down that level. Now, if this one candle, right, this does this kind of fills this area of previous resistance support and then goes back up, then great. But if it starts to fall back down, then that's fine. I'm protected. So they may go into the PM session later today and go right back into the same price and, uh, run it up for the day. So as they're pushing like this low, like into this area, this is where, like I said, I will see if this is going to work out or not. Now, if they come down and hit 18.3 and hit this area one more time and then run it, then that's, that is what it is for the day. Okay, so they are pushing back into this area again. So it's either this area is going to hold or they're going to, this area is going to come and tap. So I like where ES is at 52.50, but they might be trying to just run back into this area. So I almost wanted to move my risk um, down to just this low, but so I feel like they're just going to slip right inside this area, unfortunately. So like I almost want to put it right here at the bottom of 18,289. So where would that be? Basically daily open. So, a lot of the times what I like to do, or no, let's just leave it where I have it. 289s. Yeah, if price was to go back below 289, I would say back to daily open, then it could wipe out all this then. But if it just bounces off of this 5-minute area and this whole level and then closes relatively good here, then I think it could hold, but who knows? Am I under? I'm not under daily. I really need this to be under, but it's okay. If it stays right there. But if it just taps literally daily open, I'm gonna freak out. I don't have time to move it. I have to kind of just wait. Diamond, chill for a second. All right, I'm gonna try to move it right here under where I have a chance. So if it goes and slips under daily open, then that's when I would say I think they're gonna push the prices lower. But if they can, stay in this area right here, that's where I'd want to position my risk is under daily open. Diamond, chill. Just chill for a second. We're almost out of the woods here. And ES is below New York, below London. So let's see how this price reacts right off that level. get a quick rally right here, then I think we definitely are gonna push. And then ES's 15 minute was a beautiful pushback, making people I think it's gonna short, which is still a good short, but it's only Tuesday. Okay, if this 5 minute can close above 18.3, I think there's a good chance that between now and 10 a.m. that they could continue to rally the price up. So good close above the level, but it's just not showing any kind of strength as if they want to, not wipe everything out. So, it is what it is on this one. So it kind of looks like they want this 250 level more, but that I think when ES came up and hit that level and didn't break the 15-minute structure, that was kind of like the signal that I could have trailed it a little bit. ES is failing, YM's failing, so I mean they're all looking really bearish right now in the area, like I call it of absorption. So um, I think they might just want a little bit lower 18,250s here. If we can rally back above 18,315, I think we're gonna go higher. But you don't want to see any more rejections of 18,300. So you want to see closures above 18,300 there on that 1 minute. You don't want to see price failing the level. Like you want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. So let's see if we can hold 18.3. No candles closing higher right now on small time frames. ES still in the absorption area. So closing below 18.3, that closes slightly higher. So maybe let's see if it can build up here and push above 18,310s. Um, I think if we can push back up to 18,340s, we have a good chance to stay bullish. Now this is coming into our 15-minute close. So if that 15-minute can close above 18.3, I think we still are relatively still pretty bullish. And then with ES, if it closes above New York Open, 52.46 and 3/4, I think that they may push it up a little bit more. So 15-minute did close a little bit higher than whole level, but no signs of strength. ES looking really bearish on 15. So unless that move is absorption, then they're probably going to start filling in some of the wick from the news. So I think we'll know something by 10 if they want to go down to 18,250s or not, or below market open again. Having a hard time here at this 18,300 level, small time frame. So that just doesn't look like that level is going to hold to me. But we're already locked in with our stop below the low of the days, or not low of the day, but the daily open. So 1 5-minute push above 320s, and I think we could have a chance. But if not, they might get this internal. And to me, the 1 hour, or excuse me, the 15-minute, I mean, it closed above, but it didn't close bearish, right? It didn't close, like, to me, it didn't close lower. So, like I said, we'll see how they hold the 5-minute here. But they may want that internal. It's just tough to see. ES is really not showing any strength after that 52.60 hit. So, this area may not work out, family. So ES still in that absorption area at that point of interest. Like I said, nothing just showing me that price would go in our favor right now, though. Looking pretty good though on the build up, but maybe it's slow and it'll grow. And I really like how the 1 hours all still look. It still kind of showed me like the price could get strong here. Just want to show ES's 15-minute as well really quickly here. We have a chance. I like how this price is starting to look. All right, you see 15 and 5, especially 15. And then 1 minute made the higher high, higher low, and then starting to kind of like frame up. So we'll see what we can get here potentially. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee. We'll see if they hold.
I have a day that was similar to one of my better days. What can I do in a trade like that? How can I create that type of energy? And I'll go through that, visualize that, and project that thought process. And usually that just makes you feel all warm fuzzy, makes you feel good to approach the day. And you know, if you go into the day and you're thinking, I'm super stressed, I don't want to do this, I hate trading, I'm gonna get smoked. You carry that weight and then you're kind of bad with yourself during the day. That's what I used to do. I was a very, very aggressively angry trader. I would face the markets with a lot of anger, and I wouldn't do well with that. And what I found is that self-talk, positive self-talk, is it's very important to use as a trader because you're really the only teammate you have in this game, right? It's much like tennis. It's you versus you. And if you are filling your head with negative thoughts, you're going to carry that throughout the trading day. You're going to be filled with self-doubt. You're going to be filled with anger and frustration, and you're probably going to do things you shouldn't do. I had a very calm mind going into my trading today. I had a good stream this morning, about 17 stream, but I had a calm sound. I was really big losses.
Okay, still just kind of watching. Don't really see anything here. We can just get a big blast up to that 18,340s. Fire. I like the 15.5 location, especially the 5-minute location of the trade. So just getting outside that 18,370s would be enough for me today. Even getting up to 18,340, 350s would be, still a profitable day and something I would like to position myself at that area. So price is moving pretty good in our favor, and it's kind of moving slow. So maybe they're just that was just a pullback to absorb back under point of interest is what I'm kind of thinking.
Psychology is a lot. It's like, for instance, there's somebody in the YouTube chat right now that goes to team underscore team, and they just put Rip's talking from 14-year-old in astrology. He knows how to change their chat history. The messages that they wrote that was, I need to see Rip stopped out. Nothing against him, just to feel a bit better. Imagine waking up and hoping that another man stops out of a trade that has no effect.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Okay, so we can just fill some of this fall, right? Halfway. 18,320s and higher, then I'd feel a little bit more confident about this potentially pushing for ripping out, 18,250s or market open. But 5-minute closures here in about a minute and 30 seconds from the area that I'm studying and looking at here, which was here. Right. As you look into the future, 50% of the candle. Now, if you get a 5-minute close higher high than that candle and above whole level, there's a good chance that they want the highs.
Discord is an amazing community, and it's 100% traders. And that's why I started my talk today.
Good 5 minute close, higher than the whole level and where we're at the location of the trade. So okay, so let's see if they're going to topple this over. If that 5 minutes going to hold, good 15 minute close is what I'd want to see. A good strong close, attacking the 18,350s, and then as we push above 18,350, I'll probably tacker this off, just because I don't want to wait on this all day. That's a really good push right there, 5 minute play. So that's solid, right? You're getting the push you want to see. So here's the thing, when you're reverse thinking, you don't want them to, like, I'm a better buyer than the seller. You don't want them to get you to think like, oh, okay, and then pull it right back here and then finally push it back down. So my eyes, I really want to focus on, are we making higher highs, higher lows? Are 5 minutes opening and closing bullish? How much of this range are we attacking? All right, that's going to be another key, because here's your top, and then like this is just like your relative low, like right here. It's the last low. So as we attack higher into that fib of the move, that's going to be more where I need to take action in some sense. But what I look at is the 15 minutes across the board, and I can see that all three are kind of in an area where I think like ES just absorbed under point of interest and wants to rally, and same thing here. So, oh, nice. So just kind of being patient and waiting to see if that's what we're going to end up getting today. A pop of these highs here. We are back to a break even today for with the loss at hand. So let's see if they can push us on through for a good old W today. And then no matter what, around 10:20, or excuse me, not 10, because that's like a few minutes, but 10:20, we'll probably end the stream, and then I'll kind of give a little outlook on what I see going forward, based on where we're at currently at that moment. And we'll be back again tomorrow. But as of right now, we're looking pretty good. See if we can go ahead and get this push on through before 10:15 a.m. Really, really nice push. So this is exactly what I want to see, right? This is that absorption play. I was patient. I waited. I positioned my stop under the daily low like I wanted. I kind of almost got caught there because I was looking at the wrong thing. But that's exactly where I wanted the stop loss at. So no more than like 15, 20 points, inside the good location, when like I said, on a 5-15 minute, and pretty good location, honestly, on a one, when you really look at it. The only things that could have made it better was attempting the orders 15 and 5, looking left, using point of interest like daily open to tap the entry. So I want to see if we can push back up. We have gotten to the 330s. We haven't hit that 340, so we're still kind of like could sell off at any moment, especially as you get into 50% of the last push-up candle. You could definitely start to see a sell-off come. So me personally, like I said, this 5 minute open, this 5 minute close in 50 seconds are really key. And then the next candles open and close are key. This exact next one, because they're in alignment with the 15. So if the 15 can close strong and then open up and look pretty strong, attack the highs, I think we're gonna push on up more until tomorrow. So 5 minute closing strong, 1 minute, pushing, pushing, pushing. All of them are doing pretty well. And so this is the area, like I said, we have to be careful in. At this point, I can reduce the risk down to basically right at the daily open, like right above it. Because if it comes back down that far, it's gonna fall. So there's no reason to, leave the risk at that low point. We're pushing really good here now. Price is looking good for us here. ES, I do want to bring that back over, like we've been talking about all day, kind of being our leader of where to go potentially with those equal highs. So if we can just slip the wick here on NQ, I'll probably be out of the markets today on NQ. And as soon as ES is slipping those highs, 52.64 flats. So we can break through 350s, great. If we can't break through this last 5 minute up candle, then there would be an issue, right? But if we can hold 5 minute strength in this area and not really get too weak or anything from here, I think that we'll just push on through. So let's be patient here. So they're kind of finding a little bit of rejections on those 1 hours, which makes sense because this is how they like to manipulate throughout the day. So it's just really going to come down to me. You don't want to see too much breakdown here, and you don't want to see the 5 minute really filling this inefficiency to 320s that much. If it does, then that, like I said, that could be the 5 minute rejection that then falls. But I think there's so many shorts at the top of this, at the high of the day, that they may pull it back down to here. They may pull it down to here. They may fall all the way. We never know. So we're just gonna have to be patient here and wait and see what they want to present. But we've reduced the risk down slightly to about 15 points. So I just really like how the absorption looked on ES and that point of interest area. So I'm just kind of being patient on this, seeing if we can push through to at least 18,380s on NQ. I mean, even if we don't get to the 400s, if we can push, from 350s here, 60, 70, about 30, 40 more points, yeah, it'd be crazy. So I don't like how that's breaking down on all of them with that last up candle on the 15. But if this is the last part of absorption before they blast the highs, this is it. If that 5 minute doesn't reject, I would say like right here, if it doesn't reject and close, then there's still a good chance that this may hold to just go run the highs. So like I said, by 10:20, we'll be done with the stream because that would be from 8:20, 9:20 would be 2 hours. So we want to keep it around that level. Still a pretty good day though, so far. Don't really like how price is breaking down at that 340s, that last 5 minute up candle. So let's wait for this 5 minute close. We might cut out of here for the day to have a small profit on the day. So no signs of strength from the 5 minutes, kind of more of a rejection. So what I think I'm gonna do today on here is, let's see here, because they could topple over here. Kind of keep watching this area here. Now, if it breaks lower than 330s again, I think that, that might be time to either cut it or go break even. But really want to see this 15-minute close as well, going into 10:15, 10:30 time. So been pretty patient today. And as long as ES is holding 52.50, I think that this can rise above the 18,350s. So let me see here. So 5 minutes aren't showing any signs of weakness yet, with 3 minutes left. So we'll see how this candle closes here. I'm taking a look at ES small time frames just really quick in the middle here. And looking at that 5-minute price, I mean, it's just, it uploaded new. Looking at the 5-minute, 15-minute price, it just seems like that was an absorption play off of the point of interest. So I like how we're, potentially pushing here. Did get a little small push of strength here in this area. So it's kind of like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna attack this swing or what? Diamond, hold on, buddy. Hold on, Dime. Dime. Okay, that 5 minute seems like it wants to close relatively strong, but and that 1 minute showing the price action to push to 350. So I like this to continue up right now. We're looking good here, going into 10:10. No signs of weakness. And then ES I'm watching here in the middle as well. And she's looking really good still. No signs of weakness here. So we watch all three. And then our target is like 18,380s, 18,400s. 1 minute break of structure above the 340s, so that's a good sign. 5 minute close in 50 seconds. So we close above 350s. I think we explode. We're exploding right now. So that's really good. Now take note, when the price is moving fast, validity of the candle is moving, and you can see these things happening, something's going on, right? So just if we're in a good position, great. If you're not, then you kind of want to take note of like, okay, price is moving really fast. You know what I mean? So me personally, I'd like to see this 1 minute higher open, higher close, higher open, higher close, and this 5 minute close the same way. And then I think that by 10:15, if it's going to push the highs going into 10:30, we're going to see it. So I'm going to move this because you guys already know that's what we're looking for, is that 5 minute last candle's open area, which now I need to be able to see how the price actually presents in the area. Do we close, on this 5 minute above 350s right here, or do we reject? So it didn't close above. It's trying to push through, but if we can get a 1 minute close above, that would be good too. But if it starts to reject those 350s inside this 5 minute last up candle area, then that's not as good. I think a lot of shorts are just going to get popped at the 370s. But this is the area of, okay, let's find out, you know. ES looks really strong off that 5250 as well, which makes sense from the absorption plays from the point of interest. So I think we are going to go ahead and push up a little bit more. Okay, so this is going to be the area. All right, let's see. Now this 15 minute, if it can close strong as well, there's a good sign to me that we're going to be good. But we don't want to see the price come back below this 5 minute open. So those 1 hours still look really strong. But this is the area, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put a line back there again. We don't need it on all three here. But like right here, I would say like if it starts to fail in this area and sell off, that makes sense. So for sure don't need the risk. So I'm gonna see if we can just stay right here in this area. And make sure that makes sense where I have it on here. Once it loads, I need to see it load. Okay, that does make pretty good sense. Now if it came all the way back down to 18.3, you know, I wouldn't want to be still there. So I like how it looks right now. But if we can continue to close here, solid lines. You know, blues. And continue to see bullish price action on that 5 with this 15 minute close, and I think we could push on through. YM kind of looking bearish from 39.6, doing its own thing, so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's the level that I can see right now. Love it. So, see a little bit of confidence, but hey, I lost confidence in the trade this morning. We're kind of just seeing.
So 5 minute price is looking good. I'm trying to keep my eyes off of that other one, the 1 minute, but that rejection off the 18.350 are key. So let's see this next, 15 5 minute close, and then like I said, we'll end the stream. Targets will be 18.380s, 18.400 area. Pretty much as soon as we pop these highs, I would say you would want to be exiting depending on how many contracts you have on the board. But for the day that I've had on this personal account, because I have another account that I'm trading, but on this personal account, this is what that's what I would do today based on what I'm seeing. So we got about 1 minute before this 5 minute, 15 minute close. So let's see if we can get some strength above 18.350. If not, then I might pull it for the day. Yes, looking pretty strong. Good 15 minute close above the 5250 level. So, not bad price action. I'm pretty sure they're short right now, so I'm trying to take their stop losses, honestly. Yeah, he has. Like he's like 13 contracts short, I believe, somewhere in there. And their stop losses are at the area where I want to be basically taking profit. So Okay, so that was a good 15 5-minute close, but we're not breaking above the level. So I think if we can sit here until 10:20, that'd be a 2-hour stream. And if this doesn't happen by then, it could possibly happen by 10:30, but it just depends on how we react off of this level. I'd like to continue to see higher opens, higher closes, and price attacking on the 1 minute 18 364s. ES looks fairly bullish, and I still